to save y'all. Woke up to the news, it's a blaze. Wishing death to fake Jews like I'm Adolf. And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire. I ain't get no sleep cause of y'all. I promise you that y'all won't get no sleep cause of me. When a nigga lick his plate, that's when dogs eat. Find me with my lost sheep, setting fire to the streets as I speak. For whatever man's soul shall he reap. And my people was sold like some fucking raw meat. What you thought that I would let that slide? But you owe me, and I want your ass in chains. Cracker get below me. Same to the Arabs, the Africans, Chinese, and Jewish men. Not cause of your skin, but you played a hand in my demise. Got rich off our lives, we filled the world with lies. You preyed on the feeble minds, now you gotta pay the price. And you gon' pay with your life, because your forefathers gone. Make amends with your sins, it's gon' get worse if you don't. Woe to the wicked who think that this shit is all just a joke. Pray for my bruise up in Cali, cause it's up in smoke. Stole our identity, then you kept it all hidden. We didn't deserve the way you was dealing with us so differently. Didn't we have identity? Damn it, that's just a memory.
Let's get it started. You know what I'm saying? Why you turn yourself off, man? I know you did that.
You know, you played music for about 10 minutes. Now you play it for 2 seconds.
Well, you know, we still on time. You know what I'm saying? The general show's about to start. You know, I'm addicted to that. You know, that's
yeah. Nah, I feel you.
Captains be going in. There should be rules about too many captains, you know what I'm saying, linking up, because it's just going to be comedy, man. Everybody going to be laughing. You're going to have some good joke and some good knowledge spit at the same time.
Yep.
I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, this is the mic check, 1 2 1 2, episode 9. You know what I'm saying? And we getting it in with me, your host, Officer Ricard Ariane. I'm here with
Officer Ricard, UPK Boston.
Yeah, right.
We back at it again.
But yo, before we started this, we was talking on a heavy subject. You were saying what store in Boston was about to close?
Oh, the Walgreens off of Warren and Quincy. Yep.
The Walgreens off of Warren and Quincy. Yeah, I used to work there.
Yep. Should be by the end of this month.
By the end of this month, it's gone. So you know all these crackheads and fucking these brothers and sisters that got issues and these boosters are going to be raiding it. They're going to be raided and not stop. They might well close today.
Yeah.
But they are literally closing because they are constantly robbed. People are constantly stealing from that spot. They steal from all Walgreens heavy. That Walgreens was making literally no money because I used to work there. I know they had more thieves going there than people that actually would buying stuff. More customers.
Buying customers.
Yeah, there's definitely more thieves than buying customers. You got the school over there, so you got the school little kids, you know what I'm saying? Kids ain't gonna do much. They're gonna steal some juice and some candy. You know, a bag of chips. You know, I used to let the kids rock.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I used to do loss prevention. I used to let the kids rock. Then you got the few that's stealing for necessity. You got the few that's stealing, still like a bag of Pampers or, you know what I'm saying? They might steal some lotion or some deodorant, something that they need at that moment. And then you got those that come through trying to empty out shelves. And those people are stealing either for profit or for habit. And those are the people I focused on catching. The people that are stealing for profit or for habit.
Yep.
Doing the most. And that's why that store is going under. Now, like you were saying, the problem is because now all these old people that live near the store that depended on that store for the pharmacy, now they ain't going to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now they about to go under. They got to find a way to get to the closest Walgreens, which is probably like 2-3 miles away. Hold on.
More than likely.
Isn't that Walgreens up there on Blue Hill? Or is that CVS up there on Grove Hall?
That's the CVS at Grove Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a CVS.
Damn. So there really
Yeah.
isn't. I think the closest one. Damn. I don't even know where the closest one
Got
would
no
be now.
cars.
Huh?
Yep. I say ain't got no cars.
No
You
cars.
got
Ain't
to
gonna
think
be.
these are elderly brothers and sisters also. You know.
Yeah, these elderly people, and they're gonna suffer because of some people's selfish actions. You know, their selfish actions,
Yep.
which was taught to us, their selfish actions was taught to us from the Christian church. The Christian church is what makes people selfish like that. The Christian church is what makes people want to look out for themselves and themselves only. That's why cats have no problem stealing, not thinking of the consequences that it will have on the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that's why the men of the ISUPK is needed, because we think of the people before we think of ourselves. We think of the nation before we think of ourselves. Even though I know there's a lot of brothers out there who are desperate and going through some things, you know what I'm saying? Because our oppressor made things like that. But sometimes you just gotta suffer with it. Suffer with your people.
Yeah.
We are like back in the late 1800s, after they so-called freed us, we had to suffer with each other. They didn't give us nothing. We had to get it from the dirt. We had to suffer with each other and depend on each other. And we got to get to that again just so we can get out of this hell.
Yeah.
We got to learn to look out for each other and suffer with each other instead of look out for ourselves, like the Christian church would teach us.
Yeah.
Christian church would teach
And
you.
it's I guess it's kind of what we at in the game. We creeping up on so-called Black History Month, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that's what makes this we should you know, observe the things that happened in times before and use that as something that we can learn from as it pertains to our people, right?
Yeah.
Because like the scriptures say, when the scriptures say, whatsoever was written aforetime was written for our learning, like we got to even be able to look at what happened in times past and be able to learn. I mean,
Yeah.
here you got these brothers and sisters, and they are completely dependent upon the Walgreens to sustain their pharmaceutical needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we have that dependency is because of, you know what I mean, us integrating into white society, right?
Right.
That's why we have that, because before that, we had our own pharmacies, right?
Absolutely right.
When we were segregated, we had our own pharmacies. We had our own things. We didn't have to be so reliant upon the oppressor for us to survive. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Hold
It's
on,
because
Rob. I see
I
you
said,
got
can you
me
hear me?
on minimize. You put me
You
like this.
minimize.
I'm like this.
Oh,
Look
my
at
fault.
that.
My
See
fault.
me
I didn't even notice, man. My fault. My fault.
there? You done minimize me, right?
My bad.
Minimizing
My
nigga.
bad.
Okay.
But yo,
Oh man.
on the
Yeah.
real, what you were kicking was actual facts. Because the simple fact is because of MLK is why
Yeah,
we don't
exactly.
have no pharmacies. We once upon a time, like you said, we had pharmacies.
Yep.
We had our own pharmacies where we would go and get our medications. They might be late, they might not had enough, but we depended on each other. Now we have to depend on our enemy, who could shut down his shop anytime he wants. Now you have nowhere at all to get your medication.
Right.
And that's what MLK Dream was about. It's about us depending on our enemy. And it's understandable. That's one of the curses in the scriptures. That's one of the curses.
Yeah.
We have to depend on our enemy for the one of all things, but at the same time, we're supposed to be trying to get out of these curses. We got to learn to depend on each other. We got to learn to depend on each other. I mean, MLK, he really ruined the black community. MLK, Martin
Yep.
Luther King ruined everything about everything black. Black love, black enterprising, black community, anything black, MLK destroyed with his little dream, with his little wet dream. He destroyed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He absolutely destroyed it. But hey, we're gonna have to learn to get over that. We're gonna have to learn to work together so our grandmamas won't have to be catching Uber, spending $20, $30 on an Uber just to get a medicine.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
And you
what are you saying?
Oh no, I was saying, damn, when you were saying basically about our dependency upon our enemy is a part of, you know, the curses that we were supposed to suffer if we did decide to disobey the Lord. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so yeah, we've had we've had periods in time where we've been what you could say as self-sustaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was short-lived because the Lord against us in that. And that's the
Right.
only reason why our oppressor was able to prevail over us in that. You know what I mean? But that's why it's such a beautiful time that we in now, is because now we have the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
The water to the UPK under Commander General Yohana and all the men that held on to the truth, because now we're able to receive it. And now that we're able to receive the truth, now we can say, okay, we see where we went wrong here. Because that's the only reason why we know what's wrong. You know what I mean? It's not of our own mind. It's not because we're so intelligent, but it's because the Lord blessed us with wisdom. He allowed us to see, you know what I mean, what was going on in the dark. You know what I mean? So now we got the know-how of how to do things. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, we dropping the truth, we pushing the truth is because, you know what I mean, we need brothers to get on board. So that way, us being self-sustaining, us being an independent nation is something that can be sustained for an eternity. And when we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, our independency will be sustained for an eternity under Christ, under the rulership of our King in the governing body, the 144,000. You understand? And it might sound, you know, it might sound absurd. It might sound like, you know, but you got to really witness what's going on here. The brothers and sisters that find this truth are some of the most destroyed people when they find this truth. And then when they do find it, and you know what I mean, it's like a breath of life. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters completely reformed, actions completely changed. You might not even be able to recognize that brother or sister. You know what I mean? And this is nobody, you know, this is all of, I don't want to really say our own free will, but this is of on our own doing. You know what I mean? Nobody's forcing us to do this. We coming back to the Most High, and we keeping the laws without there being a Levitical priesthood to execute judgment on it. Meaning, to make it simple, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna come kill some slogging. Nobody's gonna come and
unalive
you for selling drugs on the corner. Nobody's going to stone you for stealing out the Walgreens, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to happen right now. You know what I mean? So we not even under that judgment, and brothers and sisters are coming back and waking up to the truth, and that's a beautiful thing. And when we coming back here, you see an extreme level, not an extreme, you see a supernatural level of brotherhood and sisterhood being displayed that you have never seen anywhere else. You haven't seen it with TD Jakes You haven't seen it with Creflo Dollar and none of these other cats who claim to be men of God. You understand? You've never seen it like this. The brotherhood and sisterhood that we have in the UPK is supernatural because, like the brother was saying, we are not selfish. To be selfish is normal. It's a normal thing to do. If you're hungry, steal and feed yourself. But to be selfless, that's an abnormal thing. And to be selfless for the sake of your brothers and your sisters is definitely abnormal, and it is supernatural. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's all I wanted to drop on.
And what you were dropping so heavy, especially the point when you was talking about how the Most High, you know what I'm saying, we're under that curse because the Most High is not with us, and how Commander General Yohana and the men underneath him, all the generals, how they held on to this truth when everybody else folded. This truth is what's getting the Most High back on our side. This truth and the men in the ISUPK that are praying for war and war and more war, the prayers are being answered. We're getting the Most High back on our side so we don't have to depend on our enemies no more. And the more men that we have on our side, the greater our chances of dominating this planet is. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's what's needed in this world. But hopefully these people, you know, hopefully these grandchildren be able to bring their grandmama and grandpapa to these drugstores and get these meds, man, because Oppressor don't care how long you got to travel. He just knows you're going to do it. You're going to cough up that money. And everything that we're going through, you could thank MLK for it. To the fact, we're going to go to one of these clips that we did last week. One of these interviews. We're going to go to that brother that we interviewed. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to that brother. We're going to listen to that real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me share the screen. And we're going to break down what that brother was talking about, the answers he was giving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King was talking about the dream, not just his dream.
Stop playing. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. We outside, Boston, baby. Priest and Officer Shalayal of ISUPK. And today I'm here with
David Jones.
Our brother David Jones. Now, Mr. Jones, if you don't mind me asking, with Martin Luther King Day coming up soon, do you feel like the mission that Martin Luther King was trying to promote or push back in the day, the things that he wanted to happen, integration and things like that, do you feel like it's been a positive outlook on our people?
Yes, to an extent, I believe the dream is being lived now. However, we still have things that are holding us back. There are elements and things out there in life that just hasn't pushed or even wanted to push as far as we've come or we're trying to get to. Right. Martin Luther King was talking about the dream, not just his dream, but it was the dream that God put together for us to be here together as one, because God created mankind, not just white, not just black, not just this one or that one.
Yo.
But he created all of us.
I gotta pause it right there, man. I gotta pause it. Yo, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
The question was, do you think, you know, that Martin Luther King's dream was beneficial for black people? And he said, yeah, right? He said, even though we have some elements holding us back, what are those elements that are holding us back?
We got those elements that are holding us back.
Yeah, that's the first. That's the first part that caught my ear.
Our oppressor is what's holding us back.
Exactly. Our oppressor. And then he said, it is God's plan for us to be together as one. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
It's God's plan for us to be together with those same people that are holding us down. That's crazy. That's absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Brother was dropping something heavy though. He was dropping it. It was sounding good for a moment. But we're going to get back to it, all right?
Okay.
I'll bring it back a little bit.
Not just black, not just this one or that one, but he created all of us to be together, to walk as one, to be as one. This was one of the reasons why we're here together, because it's unnatural to be here and be alone. That's why
it is unnatural for us to be alone, when the whole point of the scripture is for us to be alone. Let's get it.
God didn't put us here alone. Right. However, it's also unnatural to be here and be miserable. So why must we be here and be miserable next to our fellow man? Right. That's one of my beliefs. Right.
Understandable. One other thing that Martin Luther King used to push, he wanted us to have the right to vote and things of that nature. Do you feel like, since we have the right to vote, do you feel like voting has helped our people in any way today?
Let me say this. Yes, it has. However, I do also believe this, and when you vote, you only vote for who tells the best lies. Right.
You heard that? My man dropped something heavy again. Even though he agrees with voting, I don't. But he believes that we have no choice but to vote for those who are telling the best lies. Why should we subject ourselves to that? Why should we have to do that?
I believe that
this brother is a perfect example of the pains and the problems with Christianity. But I ain't gonna go in on them yet.
Yeah.
I'm about to continue on with the, you know what I'm saying, with the show. Let's finish up his interview real quick.
That's just my personal belief, but other than that, yes, because people have the right to be heard, have a right to be counted, and that, I believe, is what the purpose was, for us to be counted. However, a lot of people need to go out to the polls and vote. But then, like I said, it's who are we voting for? We have to look more in getting to the political aspects.
Oh, damn, my bandwidth for shrinking.
As far as searching who exactly are you voting for and what are we voting for in the first place? I don't want to go really too deep on it.
Please go as deep as you want.
Well, I can go back to when let's go back to the Civil War and why that was, and who was in power then, and who wanted to keep slaves in captivity then. It was actually representatives in slavery. It was actually Democrats, that wanted to hold on and hold things there. Now things are switched up as if the Republicans are all bad and Democrats is all good. But a lot of people that are in office. Let's say, for instance, you have a lot of people out here that get high, and they're messed up in the head, because they're not themselves. Yet, I believe that unhigh doesn't necessarily mean straight, because there's many people in this world right now that don't get high, but then you look at the way the world's being run. You know what I mean? So we have to get together and really know what we're doing here. And God's the only way that I can see, that things are going to get better. Right. Because we've come so far. The moralistic value between one human being and another has dissipated so much, because we've taken God out of almost absolutely everything in this world. Absolutely is in politics. Most of it's been taken away. How many politicians are speaking, preaching, about our Father in heaven? You know what I mean? To help to make it better for those of us that's walking this earth. See, personally, I'm not a religious person, because I believe religion is what causes division amongst mankind. You know what I mean? When Christ roamed this earth, he didn't run around. It wasn't about religion. It was religion that actually killed him. It was chief priests, Pharisees, and elders of the church that sought up the idea to put him to death. So I believe if man believes in God or whatever religion he wishes to do, and there'll be less stairways to heaven and more unity in solving the world's afflictions, because this is where we're having the problems. So as far as voting, if we're voting for the right things, we got to look and see what the right things are, and what we're voting for, and we'll be good out here.
Wow, that was heavy. It's the last question. One of Martin Luther King's last speeches was that he felt like he led his people into a burning house. And to your opinion, what do you think that burning house is?
That was a heavy question.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good question. I've never heard that one before. Well, let me see. It says that he's led his people into a burning house. What do we think the burning house was? I think the burning house was leading his people into the furnace of affliction, which the people that was in power, or the people that was looked upon as the elite, were the fire. And we as a people were led into that fire to create something new, to create the votings, to create us being equal, to create us being able to ride that bus without getting in the back or being asked to get off the back of the bus.
Right.
So during those days, when people were following for better, white and black and others would follow along with King into that dream. They followed him into that fire to make it better for us right now.
Okay.
But I do believe that blessings are born in the furnace of affliction.
Right.
So therefore, this is why you and I are standing here, and you're able to do what you're doing right now, and I'm able to do this as well.
Absolutely. Mr. Jones, I want to thank you for your time. Greatly appreciate you, sir.
I'm going to be looking forward to seeing this.
Oh, yeah, you'll see it.
You know?
Thank
Yeah, that wasn't a bad interview. My man was definitely spitting something. You know what I'm saying?
He doing the best he can do, man, without the knowledge of the truth, of course. You know, that's all.
What
He's
he
doing
do.
the best he can do. You know what I mean? If it
talking
wasn't, huh?
I say he definitely was talking something.
Yeah.
But we definitely gonna get another interview popping. And that's the one I did. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep.
With the sister. I think I saved that for the last or the second to the last or something.
Oh, the sister.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That was a rough one right there. It's a lot.
Yeah, we about to get into that one real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, what he did.
Universal Knowledge coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and I'm here with
Talia.
Talia. How you doing, Talia?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Do you understand the that Martin Luther King's Day is coming up? And I got a quick question for you. Do you know the difference between assimilation and integration?
No, I don't.
Okay, integration is when two cultures come together and mix. For example, if you celebrate something, I could come to your house and celebrate with you. You can come to my celebration and celebrate with me. Assimilation is when I'm forced to only celebrate your holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now that you understand the difference, right? Did Martin Luther King, his movement of so-called integration, was it beneficial or a detriment to black people?
You say integration, right?
But that's what they call this movement. Yeah. Was it a good thing for black people? Or was it a bad thing?
I would say it's. I would say it's a bad thing because, like, why would you get everybody to do the right? That's what integration is, right?
Integration is when you mix. But the truth is, his movement wasn't integration. It was really assimilation where us as black people were forced to be involved in white culture.
Correct.
For example, we fought for the right to eat at their restaurants. So we got that. But they never ate at our restaurants. So our restaurants went out of business because we started eating at their restaurants. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we actually assimilated into America due to Martin Luther King's movement. Now, at the end of the day, now I ask you again, do you think it was a good idea?
Viewing that point, yeah.
All right. And do you have any social medias or anything that you want to shout out real quick?
No.
All right. Well, you have a good one. So thank you for your time. I'm just
Salaki, if I could,
Go ahead, man.
if I could, we ain't
Go
gonna
ahead.
do our black and Hispanic sisters like that. Okay.
Nah, she needs to be.
I don't
white check.
think this was a sister. You understand? I think this was a Cape Verdean. You know what I'm saying? I think this was a Cape Verde. We ain't gonna do our sisters like that. Nah. We ain't gonna do our sisters
She
like
was.
that.
I gave her
They'll
two
look like
chances
Cape Verde.
to answer the question.
What
Gave her
happened?
2 chances.
Yeah, I'm. You dropped every word in the dictionary on her. I didn't think she understood that. Assimilation, integration, detriment. He said, "What? Huh?
Those are fifth grade
Too
words.
many big words to that. Salaki.
Those are 5th grade words. She was completely
Hey.
lost though.
What I'm
She did
saying,
not understand.
I feel like she was unable to generate an intellectual answer to the questions you were asking her, simply because she's so disassociated from Black and Hispanic culture, being a Cape Verdean. She doesn't really have that understanding of Black and Hispanic struggle to even qualify to give us an answer, you know what I mean, that we can halfway accept. Yeah, go ahead. You look like a Cape Verdean.
I don't think she was Cape Verdean.
I think she was Cape Verdean. I think she was Cape
I
Verdean.
think she was the average sister who knew nothing.
Okay, all right.
She
Maybe.
knew nothing.
Maybe it was. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. But I mean, even if it was a sister, right? And you know, this is probably a problem that we dealing with too. You know what I mean? That we just like letting go of our history as a people. We are completely forgetting about it. We trying to erase it out of our memory, the things that have happened to us, and trying to find a way to love our master. That's it. We trying to find a way to love master. You know what I mean?
But
and yeah.
But on a serious note, I'm going to have to take you and Officer Shalaya out of the council. Y'all let me do an interview with that hat on, looking about as crazy as can be.
Nah, man, it was working. It was working. It was working. I almost took that. I almost took it. Yeah.
That hat, man, was horrible, man.
Interview heist. Yeah. And it looked like he was on to pull that bitch over. Oh, slide. Let me not.
Right.
Like he's on to pull that mask down and get to work. Any second now. Me, I ain't gonna hold you. When I rock a beanie, I like a little, you know what I mean? I don't like it all the way on my dome piece.
Nah,
you got to let that
look like a tip on my head, man.
You say it look like what?
It looked like a condom tip on my head, man. It looked like, yo, nah. Not rocking that no more. No mas.
Oh,
no mas.
Oh shit. Now that you put it like that,
rocking that head no more, man. I watched that interview. I almost did not want to put it on there. Just because of the hat alone. I like, man, my brother let me rock.
He had a condom on his head. Oh shit.
My brother let me rock that. It did not say nothing. But speaking of drip, man, that time of year is coming up, April 20th, the Passover.
Yep.
Tell the people what you're rocking.
Who's that?
Tell the people what you're rocking for Passover.
Who's rocking what for Passover? You forgot I was there for that discussion.
I can get troopers to talk. I can't get you to talk.
First rule of Passover garments: tell no one about your Passover garment. Because Rock will take your idea. Rock will take your idea and swear he made that shit.
I never took nobody's idea, man. Never. All my ideas were original.
I know.
I come up with two or three ideas for the year, and I stick with one. This year, I ain't gonna front. I got 4 garments for the Passover. 4.
4 garments.
Yep.
Okay.
4 of them things.
That's how you do it.
All made by one sister.
One sister.
Officer Malak Rib, Officer Malak up in Kansas City, his Rib Miriam.
Yeah.
She's making
all
my joints.
I'm gonna have to see some of that work.
No, you don't need to see
some of that work. Nah?
No, you don't need to see it.
You don't think so?
You good.
It's all right.
Nah.
Okay.
Like how Jay-Z said, if you made Jay-Z, go ahead, make another hole.
If you made Jay-Z, go ahead and make another hole. All right.
Yeah, you got it. If I took one garbage from you, you can make another one.
I'm gonna make you got 4 garments?
Yeah.
You got 4 garments for the Passover.
4.
Okay.
4.
All 4 of those ain't gonna see one of mine.
It's gonna be 3 new ones and one and my my North Carolina blue joint.
All
that you
4
like to
of
say
those.
baby blue.
Yeah.
I'm bringing
all 4 of those ain't gonna see one of mine. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Oh man. We'll see. I got one that's gonna make me look like a spaceship up in the air.
No, don't even try that. I'm gonna tell you, that's where you're gonna fail. Because when you really walk past the spaceship, that's where you're gonna fail.
Nah,
that's where you're gonna fail.
Watch. I'm gonna look
you
like
really see a spaceship. Yeah.
It's gonna look like a chariot landed. It just formed itself into me.
See, when you standing by me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like a chariot from the Lord. You gonna look like a chariot, but you gonna look like that shit Esau tried to re-engineer. This is a different type of anti-gravity technology going on here. Okay.
I thought you were gonna be like a chariot straight from Rome.
Oh man, that's doing bad. I couldn't do like that.
Doing bad. Look like a chariot straight from Rome. But all right, we're gonna end it up, yo. Don't forget, if you're watching, tune into the Generals America on Fire. We got the captains, corner. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be getting up. They don't even got a name for the joint.
They don't even got a name for it. Been jumping in on that, right?
Huh?
I said Commander General Yohana, he been jumping in on them joints, right?
Yeah, he been jumping in a lot lately. Commander
Saturday,
General Yohana been coming on in, stepping on in like, let me tell you about this war that's going on. And everything he been saying been coming true. Everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He been talking all about this. And watch, it's going to heat up. It's heating up. The war is heating up, and man, just get your hot dogs ready. Get your burgers ready. Just pop it on the grill. You know what I'm saying? That's what the
Yeah.
general show used to be called too. The grill. Just get ready, heat up,
grill.
relax, and just
Oh
watch.
man, you got to love it. You
Yeah,
got to
you
love
just gotta
it.
watch what's about to happen to this world, man. Just watch it.
Yep.
So with that, shalom.
Shalom, Lord.